gonna show up here and show our smiling faces to the world, and you're back. Do you need a chiropractor?
Huh?
Do you need a chiropractor? Just making sure.
Oh, cool. I'm hosting you. Awesome. Got it.
Oh, that's what you're doing. Okay.
Well, no, I was just stretching because it feels good on my back. But, yeah.
Stretch away.
Oh, God. The neck's following me.
It is.
Oh. Ah.
Watch this. The Connect.
No,
What is it?
That's a good boy Connect. Right, let me tweet it, and we can go live.
We're already.
Okay.
That's why I had such a good laugh when you were looking at the camera. I'm like, that's got to be a moment for everybody
The reset
tonight.
button LC.
That's right.
Oh, so we're live? Like, people are, like, paying attention now? Okay,
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
People are here. Ready for everybody to say hello.
Tweeting.
Oh, here's the cat. Buddy, no.
Twitch.tv / the reset button LC.
That's right. You got it. Feeling better?
Yes. Hello. How are you? I'm sitting on the floor.
Hello, world.
Hi. How are you? I'm Sean. That's Patrick.
For anybody who doesn't know it yet, I'm sitting at a desk. Sean's going to be doing yoga poses.
Not the whole time. I got the itchy ass, so I got to keep moving. But I tell you what, I think I might steal Bruce's dog bed. There we go. Oh, that's better.
That would be fairly impressive to have you do yoga poses the entire
I
time.
could, but I just did the Pokemon Go, so I will not do that.
I'm not going to ask you how that went.
It's fine, we'll talk about it in a second.
Gotta... Oh, yes, we will.
So what are we talking about tonight?
Oh, we're going to be talking about all sorts of fun. Got a few questions that have been sent in to you. We're going to be doing all sorts of fun stuff here. So, if I don't do the official intro, Tanner will explode.
Yeah.
And that will be bad.
Yeah.
Very bad. So, for July 14th, this is Super Reset Brothers. There are problems with Tanner to where he can't be here this week. He's having some dental surgery. So, instead, I got this crazy guy over here again. For the third time, Sean Bowen.
Yay!
Yay, Sean!
Keep it down in there, Chelsea. Don't applaud too loud. I am
He's
man.
on the show.
I'm here. And with
I know.
less frequency than I would appreciate, so you know, ready to be on every time. Not every time, but often.
We'll get you on
Yeah,
more often.
let's go. I like to talk about video games.
So we can have get some weird stuff with your Connect that just keeps zooming in and out.
Sorry. You're going to have to deal with it the whole time, because I'm not touching this fucking thing.
Oh no, I think it's hilarious that it's doing that. It's like zooming in, and it finds like a piece of you that it likes the most and zooms in.
That's actually me with my remote control.
Oh,
Nope,
is that what
it's
it
the
is?
Kinect, because it's an alien. I don't have any remote controls, so...
It knows what it's like. It knows what it likes.
But my Xbox One is a really good Skype machine for sure. I do like just turning it on and like sitting here. It's a good camera.
Just doing.
It's a really good
silliness.
camera, actually.
Yeah, it's really not bad compared to like the 1080p I have, and I think yours looks almost as good, maybe a 720.
Yeah, maybe. I wish I could use the Kinect camera for PlayStation 4 streaming, but alas, not gonna happen.
So everybody just rolling in at the moment. Yeah, audio sync issues, I know. It tends to be a thing, and we're not going to worry about that because the big finished product is always the podcast that you can listen to on resetpress.net. So maybe you should go there in just a few days and catch the official show, right? There you
Sorry.
go. So, hi everybody. It's just straggling in at the moment here. I've got Sean. Tanner's having a little bit of dental surgery, so he can't be with us. But we're still going to have lots of
Yay!
lots of Kinect fun.
So excited! I've been using Crest White strips.
How do you feel?
I feel like my teeth are whiter, but also like I'm putting chemicals all over them. I should be careful, but
as long as they're right? That you should just do that smile the rest of the show. Just
welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. It's a reset button. Man.
Oh, yeah, that's a little too creepy. We want people to be able to sleep tonight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry one bit. So let's go ahead. We're going to jump into this because I did nothing super exciting tonight, but you did. You guys went and had a giant Pokemon Go session. So
so RTDFW, the Rooster Teeth DFW Dallas Fort Worth fans, we hooked up with them a couple of months ago at a main event, which is I don't know if they have those where you are or not, but they're barcades basically, like a Dave & Buster's. And the group's run by some really awesome people, Screw Attack, the G1 community has their versions of, the same types of really assertive people in the community that run this stuff. So we went there, and there was 60, 70 people there. It was huge, and they were all really nice and really cool. So any chance we get to hang out with them, we do. So I think it wasn't a big planned thing. Austin and Sam, I was off yesterday, and Austin and Sam I think they were talking about getting drinks and playing Pokemon, and the entire office wanted to do it, and we were like, we should invite the RTDFW guys because they're awesome. We did, and so we went to this bar with a nice big patio and stuff, and we got Pokemon. It's really cool, especially with the DFW folk, because it feels like whenever we hang out with them, or we get new community in loads like that, it's really cool because I wasn't around for Screw Tech really early days, but it feels super close knit and really intimate again. So growing the community, because there's not a lot of overlap with the Rooster Teeth and Screw Tech community. So to kind of start growing again from the ground up with these already really cool people, it's a ton of fun. It's awesome. I wish so many of you didn't live in Canada or northern United States. You all need to move to Texas so you can hang out all the time. Everyone. For the specific reason to hang out with us when we do community events once every couple of months. But it was great.
Sounds like a perfectly reasonable reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
perfect. It was beers and Pokemon. Everyone, or Pokemans, as I have come to call them. But yeah, everyone was just sitting around. We were there, and I was like, this is a really shitty date of two people on their phones. Only it's with 35 people, and we're able to communicate while we're using our phones because everybody is just buried, but we're all talking to each other, and it was great. I had not played Pokemon Go at all. I'm not into Pokemon the way I was when I was younger. It didn't stick with me. I kind of gravitated towards PlayStation and stuff.
So this was the first time.
Yeah. So I've gravitated away from Nintendo mostly, just as it happened. So I always loved Pokemon when I was a kid, and I beasted through a couple of the games, but. So I downloaded it last night, and I just like caught my little Bulbasaur that they give you just so I would have it installed and ready. So I went up there and I caught my first Pokemon there, and the Denton. It's a suburb of Dallas. It's I would definitely call it a hipster town. It's a college town where University of North Texas is. It feels a lot like a really small Austin. It's got a really good square with awesome food stores, coffee shops. Like it's a square when Pokemon Go wasn't out, people would walk around and like picnic on the courthouse lawn and stuff. So we went out there tonight and I caught a couple of Pokemon and Lauren, of course, who works at ScrewTech, who worked at ScrewTech, who's Funimation, does double talk and stuff. She was like, there was a Sandshrew, I think, that was a couple of feet away. So we went to go get that, but then we saw a bigger one. I think it was a Fearow. Is that the big Spearow, the evolved Spearow?
Yeah, that's like the one that does like
yeah.
attack and
the
stuff.
silhouette was huge, and we didn't know what it was, so we were like, "Oh, let's go get this big motherfucker!" So like, we went up to the square, and it was really cool. Like everybody was doing Pokemon Go. There must have been 200 people out there, like on the lawn, running around in the streets, sidewalks, getting in people's way, like you'd hear, "Oh, there's a Bulbasaur over there. Are you looking for the Squirtle?" Like, like the duo's over here next to the Wells Fargo building. It's like you could hear that all around, and it was really, really cool. So that was fun. I caught a couple of Pokemon, and yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure how much I don't know if I'll ever play it again. Honestly, just it seems like a really fun thing, but it seems like it's going to use a lot of my data, and like. I don't have unlimited, so other than that, like, I think it's cool. I think there's a ton of games like it that have been out, but none of them have the Pokemon name on it. So, it's here. So, good for that.
Yeah, and it's more or less geocaching, which is something that's been happening for a long time, and like the tech enthusiast community, it's nothing new. A lot of people are going nuts for it, but it's not a new thing at all. It's just now the Pokemon logo has been slapped onto it, so new flavor, I guess you could say. In this area, it's not that prevalent, but of course it's West Virginia. We don't have the biggest population of people around, and so it's not really something that I can do in bulk. And if it is happening, I'm not aware of it. But it's funny that you talk about showing people like Pokemon Go for the first time, because yesterday I stopped by and met up with an old professor of mine and was showing him the game. And I was like, well, if there were any Pokemon in the room, I could show you how to capture them. Next thing you know, boom, Doduo, right in his room. And showed him how to capture right there. And at the same time, I was thinking, now that I know there's like Pokemon in the faculty area in your office, you might want to lock your doors. Because who knows, it's a college. She's going to just wander in and be like, I'm going to search for Pokemon even though I have no business.
Yeah, I saw tweets from the Arlington Cemetery telling people not to hunt Pokemon on the graves of, like dead soldiers. And I was like,
oh my God.
Like, man. Oh, and one of the responses was like, but where am I going to get a Ghastly at? It was awesome. But Justin Rojas was telling me that, like, the Holocaust Museum had people Pokemon going at the Holocaust Museum. Oh.
So it's good to have people go out and really enjoy this, but guys, you can't do that.
Originally,
you just can't be busting into
places.
places.
Like at first, like you'll see if you follow my Twitter, like you'll see that like I have a lot of like sarcastic like shit about like here I like acted like my water bottle was something special that I captured, and I was kind of being an asshole about it, and like I don't know, I had my doubts about the game, and I realized this morning that the reason Pokemon Go scares me is not because of the game itself. It's obviously a game. It's not a special app really in any way. It's not. I mean, it crashes all the time, and it's kind of buggy.
It kills your data. It kills your battery. It's buggy. Yeah, we could go on
Yeah,
about that.
but that's not the point. Like the point is that there's young kids and adults, and um, people running around and talking to like strangers are communicating, and they're doing it outside. And I think a lot of my frustration was like, it's like when you tell somebody a video game is good for years and then they finally play it. Like that's how I feel. Only my video game is human interaction and not being an introvert. And it's not that this has caused like introverts and extroverts alike to interact and be social and go outside and do stuff together. It's that I'm scared once Pokemon Go is gone, people will forget that like that was an option, and they'll go back to, you know, like that courthouse in Denton. It won't be swarmed with people, coming together and having a good time.
Right.
Like the technology brings them together, but like I hope that it teaches them that that's a social option that they'll always have, even if it goes the way of Miitomo and everyone forgets about it in the next couple of weeks, which they may not. I think with support, Pokemon Go could go a lot of places, especially if they do peer battling and gyms, and I don't know. It seems they don't have to do much, but there's definitely a honeymoon period that I don't want to see. I don't want to see go away, But
Right, because there's so much coolness happening right now.
yeah, it's awesome. It's like I think it's one of the greatest things to happen to, I don't know, I guess what the mass majority would consider the nerd population. But nerds have changed. Everybody's a nerd now, and it's and it's cool, just like it was cool like in 1985. Like, there's no shame, but like, you would have never known that. I guess the identity was this huge. I'm not trying to like label the introverts out there, but like, you're not alone in your love of whatever it is you love, and you can hang out with whoever you want whenever. Like, you should group up. You guys should, there should be whole communities that do meetups, in social locations all the time. And I hope that this teaches people about that, for any other interest you might have.
So I gotta ask you, just thinking about that there, because you're saying like at the courthouse and everything else, swarms of people happening in that area. Did you get any looks? Did you get any people just wander up and be like, "What the hell is happening here?" Anything like that?
No, not a single one. No.
Really?
There was a lot of beautiful people playing Pokemon and smiling at each other and talking. And I even told Lauren, I was like, man, if I was a boy, I would walk up to a girl and say, "Hey, are you catching Pokemon?" And then I would take her by the hand, and then I would instantly do a date. I would sabotage her Pokemon finding by finding Pokemon with her. Like, it would be so easy to get I almost like bar culture, admittedly, but it'd be so easy, like, to interact with strangers. I don't know. It could be a gateway for anybody to talk to anybody, really, because there was all kinds of different people doing the ghost shit. Lauren almost walked into this older couple coming out of a restaurant, and then they were like talking shit like behind our back and were assholes about it. But other than that, like, I'm telling you, like, everybody had their phone out and they were like, come on, let's go. It was wild. Like, I've seen it on the news and stuff, but to be in the environment, which is the main reason I wanted to go and launch my Pokemon Go career tonight, was to experience it all at the same time. So, yeah, it's cool.
Well, that's a good thing. That's one thing I've been wondering, because you hear a lot of news reports where, this bad thing happened or that bad thing happened because of Pokemon Go. And truth be told, I have not seen any of these problems. In terms that, again, geocaching's been around for quite a while now. I've never heard any problems that pops up like that. And I don't know. I just think that maybe people are just looking for trouble with this thing. And I know that you were talking about Lauren. I think for the most part, she'd probably agree with me because she's been a big proponent of
Yeah.
this.
As far as like news outlets and stuff goes, like I've seen a lot of local news. Like I saw a news anchor from my hometown in Tyler, Texas. I think he was live streaming on Facebook, and he was like leaving the studio after work, and he was just live streaming. He was like, "Man, look at all these people playing Pokemon Go," and he was like, "This is really cool. Like, this is a good thing." And like, I mean, there's like big news stories like guy walks off a bridge or guy steps in a big pile of dog shit playing Pokemon Go, and like, of course that's gonna get coverage. But and there's grumpy people. Like I'm pretty grumpy about my feed blowing up with screen caps of Pokemon, and that's not at the game. That's at people that think their EV is any different from the 500 other EVs that I've seen on your dining room table. like I don't know. That's just a volume thing that I'm like, oh guys, like your EV's cool and all, but you know. Like this morning, Sean Hines jumped into his neighbor's backyard. He trespassed to get a Pokemon. Like if you tweet that and you show me a screen grab and you're like, hey, I hopped on my neighbor's fence, like that has a story behind it. That's cool. But like if you're just screen capping your Pokemon, like, all right, man, that's definitely a Pokemon. But sorry. As far as those grumps go, I don't know. I just ignore them and have fun with your game, like always. Same as anybody that disses a game that you like. Like just
It's a game where you're going out and you're getting exercise, and it's not a bad thing. I don't see where it harms anyone. It harms it harms your phone battery.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some instances where people were luring people and then robbing them. But other than that, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's bad.
Well, I think, honestly, you're going to have that regardless, things like that. I think that's kind of a risk if you just step outside in general.
Word.
For the most part, something like that. You step outside, you take the risk of somebody doing something like that. I mean, you just got to be a little more careful.
And, when everybody's playing Pokemon, when it happens, okay, coincidence, big deal.
And some news outlet's going to be like, oh my God. Well, I would hope not. I would hope not, because news outlets, you know better. Don't do that. So we got the Pokemon out of the way, and you guys had a lot of fun with the Dallas-Fort Worth community doing that. But you guys had, not too long ago, a really big event with that community as well. SGC 2016.
That was for all communities.
All communities.
Hang on, I'm tweeting.
For everybody. You're tweeting.
Yeah, telling people to come watch us talk about Pokemans and stuff. All right, laptop's closed.
If you're here.
So SGC was awesome. Oh gosh, the live shows are awesome. Obviously, it was a much more honed down thing. We didn't really have to worry about stuff like vendor rooms or a lot of logistical stuff. Like Sean Hines, didn't have to panic this year organizing anything. Well, he had to organize some stuff, but wasn't planning an entire event on his own. From my understanding, everybody had a blast. I even had some G1s that were like, oh man, I was just like, Cameron Van Idem came up to me. He was like, oh man, I was like really, really nervous. This wasn't going to be any fun because of the location move. And, there's a lot of toxic people that were like really rude about it and mean, but he was like, man, this was a ton of fun. It was a party, and it was great. I got to play video games with Cade for like an hour in the arcade, like on end. Oh, it was so awesome. I spent most of my time hanging out in the arcade. I probably spent half the time on panels and half the time just playing video games with G1s, and it was so lax and just fun. And there's a lot of stuff that was going on like other SGCs where I'd have to go work, or I'd be like, I'm sorry, I have to go move this stuff, or make sure this room is covered, or this or that. But this year it was, we planned awesome fun panels, we did the panels, and then we partied with the G1s, and then we said our goodbyes and came back home, and now we're back at work. So
And that's got to be a welcome change too, because I remember SEC 2014. You were under a lot of pressure.
yeah.
That did not seem like a lot of fun.
Oh no, I mean it's always fun, but it's SGC's always been in the past for the Screw Attack crew, like behind the scenes, like 40% work, 60% party. As to this year, I would say it's like 90-10 in favor of party. And honestly, like the week before, we were so nervous that like there was something we were forgetting to do, because like we had basically all of our panels categorized by a box, like like the Amiibo Cockfight. I had like my outfit like just in a box, and I was like, "There's what I need for SGC," and Craig was like, we got ready, and he was like, "I guess that's it. Let's go party and have fun." We got there, and the signage was up, and we had to make like a few small adjustments, just be like, hey, this would look better here, or hey, let's put this here. But for the most part, man, we just showed up and like had a blast. Like, there was a couple of G1s like Lord A and Cade, like they didn't get to, this was their first SGC, and I think there was with the change in venue and location and style, like to just party and let RTX be the expo. I really wanted it to be a fun time for them, but it worked out so much better because I got to spend time with them, like, and they got to spend time with me and the rest of the crew. It wasn't hey, thanks for flying across the world. I got to play Blitz with you for a couple of minutes, but now I have to go work some more. It was, hey, Cade, let's get to $1 million on this Fast and Furious arcade machine for the next hour and a half. So it was good.
Yeah, that's cool. I remember beforehand, like the only time anybody really had a chance to like play much of anything with you guys, and if it's at like 2 in the morning or something ridiculous like that, you might.
I mean, we still did that. I think I stayed up till 4 on Saturday night and like playing games with people. I mean, we still stayed up late and stuff. But yeah, like you could have caught us at, somebody was always free this year to hang out, and it was SGC was a console gaming room, and then that kind of spilled out into the arcade. YouTube Hell had like that small panel room, and then we had
shout out to Tanner in chat,
and then we had the main panel rooms. So it was. I guess I'll use a college word here. It was very nebulized. It was all like, hey, I'm in the arcade hanging out. Let's go into the arcade room. Okay, this panel's on. Let's go in there and watch it. Let's come back and game. And it was just, I don't know. The atmosphere was very party-centric. And at night, like at 6 o'clock, once RTX let out, like everyone... By Friday night, it was a little bit slower. Like people kind of drifted in, but by like 7 or 8 o'clock Friday night, like we were packing the panel room, and like everyone was in the arcade partying, and then Saturday night came, and at 6 o'clock, like Amiibo Cockfight started, and like we filled the panel room for that. I was real scared we weren't going to fill the panel room for the Cockfight because John and I like put so many fucking hours into that. John made his own custom jacket for his outfit. Yeah, he made that for the Cockfight. So we were like, oh man, I don't know. I hope they come for the Cockfight. Of course they did, and it was fucking awesome. And Saturday night and then we faced Kind of Funny, and that was a blast. And did you hear about the rave?
Bits and pieces.
Man. At other SGCs, like a lot of people show up for the rave, but like it is by no means like the the rave brings down the house, but it doesn't draw the entire SGC convention to it. It's always like a big party. Everyone showed up for the rave. It was insane. First time come in with the bass drop, like he built it up, and then like there's so many people in there, and then the bass drops, and everyone jumps, and the floor just goes crack, and you feel it bow in, and then everybody starts jumping, and the floor is like doing this. It's like, oh my god, this is crazy. Oh man, it was awesome.
I saw some some vines and stuff from there, and it looked like that room was like filled to the damn.
It was,
brim.
and it was our panel room this year was 25% larger than any panel room ever at an SGC. I think we had like a 1,200 or 1,300 capacity. Last year, I think it was like 800 was that room's capacity at SGC last year. So. It was the biggest panel room ever, and so we cleared out that entire panel room for the rave, and it filled. It was a good time, but everyone was safe. You know, people crowd surfed, and I think people got mad about that. But you know, you got to party.
It's a party. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
But yeah, man, it was good. You know, of course, there's always adjustments. We learned a lot of stuff, and we'll remedy any issues next year for sure. So there's a short list of things we'd change, and other than that, like focusing on shows that aren't just panels with Q&A sessions is like what we want SGC to be. Like we want people to come to Amiibo cockfights, or you know. Screw Attack versus Kind of Funny versus Mega 64. We want SGC to be an event room and then arcades. You know, RTX had a vendor floor far superior to anything SGC's ever had because it's a bigger event. You know, and there were tons of old-fashioned regular panels that. Were at RTX that were fucking awesome. So, you know, I think we had a mission to be awesome party programming and chill arcade and an opportunity for us to interact with the G1s, and it was great. I was very, very excited on Sunday when it was over. I was very, very satisfied with how it all turned out. So, can't wait till next year. It's going to be dope.
I think that would have been something pretty big for me, too, because I've never been a big panel person. I'm more into, like, the party aspect of everything going on, so it sounds like something that I would have really sunk my teeth into, but as everybody knows, I was not there. Tanner was.
Did Tanner have a good time?
And, we'll have to ask him in chat. Tanner, if you had a good time, you gotta let us know in chat. One thing that I was thinking of really quick, because Tanner did go there, he did do YouTube Hell. Did you get a chance to catch it?
I was on panels. I was on panels when it started. Sorry, man.
Man.
It's just how it fell.
It's how it fell. But I believe Tanner said that he's going to have a playlist up for anybody who didn't get a chance to see YouTube Hell. That way you can kind of experience it vicariously that way. So anybody who wants to catch that in the future, we'll put more info up on that. But in terms of the party aspect, again, that is like big for me. I remember like one of the craziest moments of SGC 2014 was like Ben Singer. I don't know what he got a hold of that night, but he was quite intoxicated. Yeah. And we spent a couple hours playing Super Smash Brothers with him, and it was great because nobody came and bothered us or anything like that, and they just wanted to come and legitimately play. And I thought that was such a cool aspect. And to hear that that's building and you guys have more opportunity to do things like that, to me, that sounds great.
Yeah.
So what I have to say there is, in terms of it, if Tanner's going to be at SGC again, or if it's just now RTX, I guess we'll find out soon.
It will be.
It should
be SGC at RTX again, I'm sure.
But if Tanner's going to be there, perhaps I should too. So I guess I'll make my announcement. SGC 2017.
Yeah, you gotta come.
So that's That's the big announcement. That's the big thing. I'll be there. We'll have an amazing party. And speaking of going on with the party, now you were talking about Amiibo Cockfight. There's something kind of special you do with that. How did it feel to be the executioner?
It was good. I mean, I destroy. I want to be the executioner because I hate amiibos for real, and it's fun. I get a kick out of it, and it's good to get in character. And yeah, I don't know if you watched the fight or watched it yet or not, but John obviously had a ball getting into his ringmaster character. I was super proud of him. But yeah, I think the executioner is probably some of the most fun I have at Screw Attack. You know, it's seldom, but it's probably my favorite thing that I get to do. I liked being in plays in school and stuff, so I love working stages, crowds. I think it's fun, and everybody gets a kick out of it. So we put like little bitty hints of lore of the executioner and the ringmaster in this year's cockfight. Just a little bit. Yeah.
Just a guy who hates Amiibo?
And you'll have to watch it and pay close attention. But it was insane doing that stuff. Yeah, I like being the executioner. I love destroying amiibos. I really do. it's like 20% character for me, so it's real.
You are like the completely incorrect guest to have on the show then, because Tanner and I are constantly going back and forth on like who has the bigger amiibo collection.
I totally know that. That's why I'm making sure you know that I hate amiibos. But that's cool. It's you love what you love, man. I don't think you're a less person because I hate amiibos. Like I think your love for amiibos is fucking awesome.
Oh, and I heard about that. Yeah, Tanner just told me in chat and reminded me that that's painful as an amiibo collector. You destroyed the golden.
Oh yeah, totally. I think it was G1 Mario Miyamoto's too. That was extra special. Because we all know what a horrible person he is. He never contributes at all to. I'm just playing. Mario Miyamoto is fucking awesome.
Oh no, I get messages from him on not Skype but Steam all the time. So what's going on, Mario Miyamoto? That was really very stupid that you brought the gold Mario.
But
I can't believe you did that.
It's fine. But amiibos are getting rarer. Or their rarity is not what it used to be. So if the amiibo cockfight happens again, you'll be seeing a lot of creative ways to kill amiibos to kind of offset the fact that they're not as treasured as they were when the amiibo cockfight first started. I saw a couple of people were like, "What's the point of doing the cockfight? Like they're not rare anymore." And it's like, did you watch that shit? Because it was fun as hell. So it's still a good time. So yeah, definitely things planned for future cockfights. So I don't know when I don't know if it'll happen. The next one will happen at SGC or sooner than that. But I love it. It's one of my favorite parts of Screw Attack.
I will have to watch the cockfight simply because like the matches. I don't know. Maybe it's the aspect that whoever loses is going to have their amiibo destroyed. But to me, that just makes the matches in Smash that much better.
Totally.
I love watching it.
The amiibos behaved really weird this year. You gotta watch the fight, man. You gotta watch it. It's a trip. It's far different than any other amiibo cockfights we've done.
Oh yeah, definitely, because I was there for the first one, and holy shit!
Oh, this one. I think this one's far superior in tone and in insanity. But yeah, the amiibos. There were parts where the amiibos would just kind of stare at each other for a minute and then start fighting again. So, I guess they weren't.
Epic
there's a couple of epic stare downs that are really funny, and the crowd gets like really. They're like, come on! Like they're like yelling at the amiibos to like do something. It's great. It's great. Yeah,
I still can't get over that a gold Mario got destroyed.
I have to get
Oh
over it.
man. See, I know that you don't know that much about like amiibo rarity, but I'm just wondering, are like people just wandering in with like Palutinas and Lucinas and things like that? I mean, in terms of rarity, if that's the thing you want, start getting people to bring those, and then we'll really
Yeah,
start seeing
I
some
mean,
teeth
we
gnash.
drew 2 people from the crowd, and we want the rarest that we can get for these fights, of course. Um, yeah, man, that's the second gold Mario I've destroyed. It felt awesome.
And then I got to ask this because Tanner wants me to get your view on this. So, how does an amiibo and an NFC chip taste?
Oh, well, the amiibo tastes like the rotten strawberries I cut up and drank with that amiibo smoothie, and the chip tastes like metal and thick paper. That's what I got. It tastes. What I mean, what does Sang Soon say when he takes somebody's soul? Somebody asks him how that tastes. It tastes awesome.
The correct answer is it tastes like pure.
Yeah, it tastes like your soul. That's what it tastes like.
Damn.
That
That's
is deep.
son.
Oh man, I don't know if I passed that yet. I'm sure I did, but I hope it's not still inside of me.
I don't know. I haven't been eating too many amiibos or NFC. NFC chips. I almost said GPS.
It's
chip.
too bad that like
Sad.
it's not like the most well-known event ever, because if me eating that chip was like really well-known, next year we could do like really cool makeup effects and like have like an amiibo burst out of my chest, like it laid an embryo in me when I swallowed the chip.
Go
Yeah, I could like
with it.
jump up on the workbench and be like, "Kill me!" Oh man, that's funny.
That would work out because that was like one of the first like really huge Let's Plays you guys did was Alien
Yeah, yeah.
Isolation.
That was funny.
Just saying that would
Yeah.
work out. Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
We can work that out.
So before we wrap it up here, got just a few questions from some people who knew you were going to be here, and they love you
Huh.
very much, and they want to know like, they want to pick your brain. They want to know a few
Okay.
things. So let's see. I have no idea who asked these because Tanner didn't get that together. Good job, Tanner. So someone asked, did you ever think you would find yourself getting paid to creatively destroy toys?
Like this is a weird question. Like, people ask like, did you see yourself doing this kind of stuff when you were a kid? It's like, yeah, I did. It's like I don't mean that in a cocky way or anything, but like, yeah, I think I did see myself doing this kind of stuff actually. I don't mean that in a conceited way at all. But even when I was in college, like I was gonna be a school teacher. Like in the back of my mind, I was like, I think I'm gonna do way more than teach kids stuff. I think I'm gonna do something way more fun with my life, and it just kind of
Like destroy amiibo figures?
So to get paid for it, I mean, we work long weeks. It feels fair. That's what it feels like. There are many weeks where I don't eat amiibos, and I do a lot of desk work and a lot of writing, and a lot of like businessy like housekeeping type work. So it feels fair and also privileged and wonderful and undeserving and awesome, and it feels everything, I guess.
So in terms of that, since you do all this hard work all throughout the entire year, you're saying that like destroying and eating amiibo, that's your homecoming.
Kind of.
That's like your
I'd
jam.
say so. I mean, there's lots of homecomings. Like I guess you could say there's a homecoming like on a monthly basis. It's like, I mean, there's a lot of regular work in Screw Attack, but every day there's something little or big that happens that it's like, oh yeah, this is way better than anything ever. So, but yeah, the Amiibo Cockfight is like a big homecoming. It's like an opportunity to cut loose and be creative and fun and wacky and scary and eat Amiibo chips.
Well, we don't know about anything wacky here. This is a very, very
Totally.
serious podcast, so you need to
All
bring
right.
it down.
All right.
Okay? All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you for bringing it down. All right. Second question. Again, I have no idea who asked this. Have you played Overwatch, and who's your favorite
Oh my
character?
god, you don't even fucking know. Tell whoever asked that to watch Available Now every Tuesday, 1:30 p.m. CT on roosterteeth.com/ or screwtag.com/roosterteeth.
There you go.
I've played.
That's
I
called
have
a
played
pitch.
so much Overwatch. I would not hesitate to call Overwatch the greatest shooter of all time. I think that Overwatch is a balanced, spectacular game, and in an age of loot and gear and super customization and grinding and leveling up, Overwatch proves that you can just be a damn good game to keep people playing for dozens of hours. Do you have any? Do you
Oh,
have
no argument
any
here.
rebuttal on that? Because I will leave. I will leave if you disagree.
No, in terms that everybody knows, I am like the biggest fanboy for Blizzard Entertainment
Yeah.
ever. Especially like comparing me to Tanner, I win that every single time. So, like to hear that a lot of people think that Overwatch is like the best shooter out there, the TF2 killer, all these things, I just say it's natural. Everything Blizzard touches, they dominate that genre. So I'm not surprised.
I think that Blizzard understands not just their community, but the idea of community. Maybe more than, well, definitely more than most, obviously. But I think that WoW taught them that, I don't know, you can build something, you can build a community with the way a game plays, and that's really unique and awesome. But yeah, I main Reinhardt now. I used to play Reinhardt out of necessity, and now I just fuck people with him all the time. Defensive, offensive, like oh god, I feel like I'm so much better than everyone else that plays as Reinhardt, as most people playing Overwatch do. I main Reinhardt now. I probably put the most time into him. Plus, it's good to just knock out a tank character on the team rosters.
Yeah, it's good to have a tank whether you're in defense or offense because, I mean, you always like, even if it's offense, you want that moment where, you know, you can step up as a tank and let your offensive guys do what they need to do while you're shielding them.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you don't lose the team that way. You can still stay as a unit.
I'm glad that Reinhardt, I'm glad I got good with him and I enjoy playing with him now. If Reinhardt was a chore to play with, you know, it wouldn't be it'd be like, I'll be Reinhardt again. But now it's to the point where it's like Reinhardt is my go-to. But I'll tell you, I'm good. I'm not a good healer. I'm too gung-ho to be a healer. I would really like to be a healer. I like the idea of healers. But my friend Jason plays Lucio and Mercy like a god. So if I'm usually playing Overwatch with him, so we never need a healer and we never need a tank on our teams because he's awesome.
Well, Lucio is kind of gung-ho.
Yeah.
You know, he does the AoE heal, so you can jump around, you can, you know, skate on walls, shoot, you can do all sorts of madness.
Push people over the edge, like...
yeah.
So I haven't played... I think I've played as Roadhog for one match. I don't... I haven't played...
Okay.
All right, so I've played as Roadhog for like one match. I don't play Winston, but I'm gonna learn Winston next. I don't play Zenyatta, but I want to learn Zenyatta really bad because if somebody knows how to use Zenyatta, they are dominating the entire match. Symmetra, I don't want to really use her for the same reason I don't use medics. But outside of those characters, I feel like I am extremely competent with the rest of the cast. I love using Tracer. Just she pokes people and runs away, and she splits teams apart. It's such a beautiful design in a character class. Tracer is like she's not good at murdering people, but she's really good at pissing people off and splitting up teams. So, but the answer is yes. I play Overwatch and I love it. And please talk about it yourself because I'm just a fucking asshole and I just move my mouth too much. Apparently, I have a lot to say.
Well, no, that's fine because here on Super Reset Brothers, we probably love Overwatch more than we should. In terms of it, Tanner got it on PC because he's a terrible person. I got it on PS4, so I play with a whole lot of people, and it is insane how many hours of Overwatch I've sunk into that game, especially playing Mei. And if you're playing Mei and you play with like people you can communicate with, like friends or whatnot, it becomes instantly ridiculous what you.
I would say, yeah, I'd say Mei is probably my second favorite character to use behind Reinhardt. God, you can just feel the frustration of the other team when you play as her. It's so great.
Oh yeah, especially I can't remember the map off the top of my head, but you have to go into like this secluded room. There's windows. There's doors to the side and the back, but there's two front ones that people normally come through because that's what they see when they first come out of the spawn area. So you see them coming, you're like, okay, fine. Do a Mei wall, your friend does a Mei wall, and you guys just sit there, wait for them to do something.
You just alternate. Like on King's Row, the level in London, there's that main gate that you have to walk through if you're a walking character. Like that's. You don't have to, but there's like a side way, but you get a sniper up on the bridge and watch that, and like you just throw up your ice wall, and people stand behind the ice wall, and you just shoot them with your icicles until they die because they forget that you're staring at them through a tiny hole that you just made, and coordinate that ultimate with a Hanzo's ult, and it's just it's great, Mei is like the big middle finger to anybody playing Reaper, the big middle finger to anybody playing Reinhardt. Like, it's so beautiful.
Don't forget Junkrat. Mei will fuck a Junkrat sideways easily. Like the moment you hear the Riptire and you see which direction it's coming, just wall it up and say, "I don't care anymore."
Blocking Diva's mech throws for the nukes. Your Reaper comes in with the ult. You're just popping your ice freeze and going invincible for a second, and then you wake up and you freeze his ass and kill him. Mei is an exquisite character.
Yep. Mei is like the ultimate control character, if you ask me, because I start thinking of all these different things that cause problems for people when it comes to like the team-wide issues. Like, for example, Pharah, or you've got somebody that's camping as Bastion, something like that. Mei can take care of all that. You've got a Bastion camping, throw up a wall, go to the side and then take care of him. Pharah wants to shoot off her missiles, that's fine. Put up a wall and hide behind it.
I mean, and her icicle, like hell, if you got a Bastion camping, peek and shoot, peek and shoot, peek and shoot. It only takes 3 of those things to take a Bastion out, so. But yeah, we could do an Overwatch podcast, man.
Oh, I think we're going to have to invite you back and do just that. Because we're not going to go into it too heavily here because she's just been announced, but a new character, Anna.
Totally. When is she live?
I'm not sure. I know some people are beta testing.
Oh, okay,
right
I gotcha.
So she looks pretty cool. Got some really cool outfits from what I've seen so far. But the ability, I think she kind of snipes is what's going on with that. She can do like long-range fire, and she can either like hurt enemies or heal allies if she shoots them with it, which is
from what I understand, her ult is kind of like Symmetra's.
Oh, excuse me. According to Tanner, Anna is live right now.
Okay, cool. Well, Jesus Christ. Yeah, her ult, I think it gives damage boost, speed boost, damage resistance boost to a single teammate. So, somebody could throw that on me as Reinhardt, or, somebody be awesome. But, yeah, I'm probably gonna play that shit as soon as we get done.
As soon as we wrap up here. Okay,
No.
I
We
got
can take
one
our
more
sweet
question
time.
for you.
I'm having a blast.
Well, I got one more question for you here from somebody. One more question. When will we see top 10 lines?
Top 10 lines?
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
what kind of lines?
yeah. That, I'm not sure. Top 10 lines.
Like lines of Tetris? Lines of dialogue?
Maybe. Maybe. I wish Tanner were here at the moment to clarify what we mean by this a little bit more. Top 10 lines. Like lines in games? Like one-liners?
Waiting lines? Like The Division when it first launched?
Top 10 lines in gaming. Theme park.
Yeah.
That has to be the best line.
The line that you make in Theme Park that wraps around and around and around, and then you just delete the queue,
Yeah.
and then people just disperse everywhere because they don't know what to do. I guess it's Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Real
Real quick, while we're
too. It's always
since
fine.
there's no clarity, let's just say I don't know. But I've got some cool top 10s planned, and my top 10s should return here in I think 2 weeks. Action hero moments will be out. Action hero moments in video games, so it'll be a really fun one. So
okay, Cuddy Starkness says top 10 lines of cocaine.
there you go.
I think we're
Scarface,
gonna skip that
Scarface the game.
one. Scarface the game, because I assume that one line of cocaine is just like the next line of cocaine. So that would be a very fun top 10.
That'd be pretty funny. Top 10 line. Yeah, that'd be a funny countdown though to like to do and just be like just thinking about like top 10 lines could be any kind of line. Like the Tetris line would be number 1. You could do a line of cocaine from Scarface and Money Never Sleeps or whatever, like as number 8. You could do the roller coaster. The Roller Coaster Tycoon line as like number 2.
Yes. That sounds amazing. I think you need to work on that before I steal
Yeah, but the issue is with so many good top 10 ideas is who will fucking watch that? So.
If you put it on April 1st, everybody.
Yeah, that is true. That might be a good idea for next year's April Fools. Top 10 lines.
That is perfect. Top 10
What the fuck? What does that even mean?
I mean, I guess one-liners.
Yeah, I
along
imagine
those
that's what it
lines,
is, honestly, but that's
Now, top 10 slides.
yeah, top 10 slides. Nobody thought top 10 slides would do good, but hey, that's at like 250K or something like that. Awesome. Coming in alt.
I haven't seen that. I need to see
God,
that
you
one.
suck. Haven't seen slides.
I tried.
Haven't seen Meebo Cockfight. I will not come on the show until you tell me what the order of slides was.
Okay,
How about that?
I'll have that
How
ready
about
by
that? Can't believe you haven't seen slides.
I have been putting myself through some torment lately. I'm sorry. Just a little.
You know
bit
what's
of
good for
torment
curing
the
torment?
people out
My
there.
top 10s. My top
that?
10s will cure your torment.
I would agree, because I would love to watch top 10s all day than do what I did. So I'm just going to throw this out here really quick. Just throw this out here really quick for nobody who's seen it yet. In terms of that, I had to play Mighty Number 9 to do a review on the website. So you could go to resetpress.net and you could read the review and feel
Was
my
it-
pain. Because that was
Yes
not
or no
fun.
question. Does it deserve all of the hate?
It deserves some
Okay.
of the hate, not
All right.
all of it.
Because Gerardo was playing it
terms
at
of
work,
it-
and he was like, "Yeah, it's just like a shitty Mega Man."
I mean, some of the problems there, like I've had people yelling at me since I posted the review up on Steam, so that's been fun
Whatever.
to check every day. But but in terms of it, there are some legit issues in that game. Like there's one cutscene in the aerial stage where the boss is supposed to come up and he like shit talks you and then he fires
Yeah.
missiles. And Like, the lines of dialogue happened when I was there, but none of the animations happened.
Yeah.
So I was just standing there frozen in place going, what the fuck am I supposed
We're
to do?
noticing that, like, people's
And then,
lips
like-
don't move when they talk and stuff. It was just seems so lackluster and ho-hum.
Yeah. Like, that was one part that really confused me, because all of a sudden the thing I was standing on was on fire, and I was like, what the fuck happened?
What
It's
I missed.
because none of the animations
Yeah.
loaded.
But yeah.
So, yeah, that's an ongoing issue with the game. The gameplay is pretty damn lackluster, pretty shitty overall. There are a lot of ways to glitch that game straight to hell and back. It's not
Yeah.
good. I feel bad for the people who pre-ordered that. I'm sorry that this is what you got, but can't win them all.
But yeah.
So I think that's what we're going to go ahead and end on, because now I want to play Overwatch.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I might do that, especially if Anna's available. You know what that means? Lots of people are going to be playing a character they don't know how to use, so let's go kick some ass.
Let's go get some
Yeah,
wins.
yeah.
Easy wins at that. Alright, so that's been Super Reset Brothers for this week. Want to thank Sean for coming on again. I'm sure we'll have him soon enough. Tanner will be back next week if he doesn't get killed by a herd of buffalo. So, that's it.
Later.
And that is a show.
Cool.
So, just quick after party stuff. Just to say thanks to everybody who showed up and enjoyed the show. And here goes Sean. He's going to be doing some poses for you really quick.
Stretching on,
Show him how it goes.
stretching on my roller. Oh.
This is what he does.
Oh, God.
Okay, we're gonna roll, guys. After party not too long, because we really do want to play some Overwatch.
Stretching that back out.
So,
Oh.
damn, dude.
I
Take it
will.
easy.
But yeah, we'll see you later.